नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ भगवते वाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for All session. Today is April 22nd, 2026. Thank you for joining. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8. Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. So yesterday we saw, because of Krishna's AISVARYA Shakti, which manifested the universal form within Krishna's mouth. At first, Yaśodā tried to find out what could be the cause. And when she found out, when she could not come to a conclusion, all her reasoning didn't make sense. She could not come to a conclusion by her reasoning. She thought that she was dreaming, or maybe the demigods or the Supreme Lord's illusion is acting on her, or maybe it's her mind and her intelligence which is tricking her, or maybe it is the mystic power of her son. But then all her arguments were countered. She got counter arguments from within herself. And finally, when she could not figure out the reason, she surrendered to the Supreme Lord, Lord Narayan, thinking that the Lord's creation, this cosmic manifestation, cannot be understood by our logic, using our mind, intelligence, or by our research work, and by so many explanations. We will not be able to understand. Or using all of these together, still you won't be able to understand. But that which is created by the Lord, which is inconceivable to us, let me take shelter of that Lord. He is the cause of this creation. He is the one who is manifesting it. This has come from him. And it is impossible for anyone to understand this cosmic manifestation using his material faculties. let me surrender to that Lord. I offer my obeisances to the lotus feet of that Lord. Like that, she surrendered to the Lord. And then she got this jnana. What is that jnana? She's thinking, this is my kumati, my bad intelligence. And how I got this? Because of, so now she's surrendering to the Lord and she's thinking, that Lord is my shelter because of whose Maya means here Mahamaya, I surrender to that Lord because of whose illusory potency I got this illusion, kumati. I got this bewilderment. I got this bad intelligence by which I'm considering this body called Yaśodā to be myself. I'm considering Nanda Maharaj to be my husband. I'm considering Krishna to be my son. And all of Nanda Maharaj's property to be mine. I'm the owner of all his property. And I'm very expert at managing everything. And all these gopis, gopas, and all the wealth of the cows, all this is mine. I have this illusion because of the Lord's illusory potency. That Lord is my shelter. Like this, she thought. So then we discussed that yesterday. And we didn't read Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, although we have discussed it, but I'll just read it. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying about this verse, Yaśodā prayed, the Supreme Lord maintains and protects my son. If that is so, then what is the use of my foolishly thinking in terms of I and mine? That means he is the one who's protecting. So the verse before that, she surrendered to the Lord because she could not figure out what's going on. So she took shelter of the Lord and she's praying, my Lord, this boy, this whole creation is coming from you and you are maintaining this creation. So my boy also has been given by you. He came from you and you have been maintaining him all these days. In future also, you only take care of him. Who am I? Like that. So then in continuation to that, she's saying, foolishly, I am thinking I am Krishna's mother and I am protecting him. Like that. So if he is the protector, then what is the use of my foolishly thinking in terms of I and mine? So giving up her false, so in her calculation, this is all false conception, thinking that I am Yaśodā and Nanda is my husband and Krishna is my son. So this is all false conception. Temporarily, she's getting this, realization. Why this realization she's getting? Because of that Aishvarya Shakti, momentarily, for a few seconds, this is the knowledge she got, that falsely I'm thinking that I am Yaśodā. This is actually applicable to the conditioned souls. When we get knowledge, when we get vidya, when our avidya is removed and we are covered by vidya, then we will realize like this, oh, why I'm wasting my time on all these things, family and my profession and my community and all this. I'm not this body. I cannot protect anyone, One will get this, a conditioned soul will get this realization when that conditioned soul is covered by vidya. When that avidya is removed, he will get this realization. Yaśodamayi is thinking like this, as if she got this realization that, foolishly I'm thinking that I am Yaśodā and Nanda Maharaj. In her case, it does not apply. Then why she's thinking like this? Because of that Aishvarya Shakti. Because of that Aishvarya Shakti's effect, momentarily, she's just getting this thought. Okay. So I think, so Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that giving up her false conceptions, so that's why I'm explaining to you. It's not actually false conception, but she's thinking it is her false conception. So giving up her false conception and surrendering to the Lord, Yaśodā speaks. She's even saying when she's praying to Lord Narayan, she's even saying it aloud. Krishna is hearing. He's listening to what she's saying. She's thinking and she's also praying that I think that I am the wife of Nanda Maharaj and the queen of all the cowherd men and women of Raja. All the wealth and cows are my possessions. I think that Krishna, who is the life of the residents of Raja, Krishna, who is the life of the residents of Raja, I think that Krishna to be my son. And then I am his maintainer. That means if I don't protect him, he can, he can hurt himself or he can be in danger. Like that. I am his maintainer. And how am I maintaining him? How am I protecting him? By my daily worship of Lord Vishnu, by my worship of the Brahmanas, the demigods, by my worship, by my meditation, and my giving charity. By all these things, I am giving protection to my son Krishna. But all this is my illusion. It's my false conception. So she's saying this. She's saying that I am thinking like this, that I am protecting Krishna. This is all misconception. I should not be so proud that, about all these things, that I am the queen and, they're all my subjects and I'm protecting Krishna. This is all my misconception. I should not be so proud. Why? Because actually, all this wealth of Raja, it all belongs to Lord Vishnu. And it's been given to me by Lord Vishnu. And the way this wealth has been given to me by Lord Vishnu, it is by Lord Vishnu's mercy that my child is also protected at every moment. He's protected from demons like Putana. I should not think, just like, just like other mothers, the cowherd ladies with earthly sentiments think that they are protecting their children. I should not think like that I am protecting Krishna. So she's thinking like this and she's also saying aloud, that now she got this jnana, right? So normally when one does nishkama karma yoga, then they will get this type of jnana, that I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Yaśodāmayi is speaking like that now this jnana has awakened. Rasapriya, don't do that, it's distracting. So like this jnana has awakened in her now because of the Lord's AISVARYA Shakti. But is this the fact? We will see. In the next verse, we will see. So let's go to the next verse now. We discussed Srila Prabhupada's purport already yesterday, how Srila Prabhupada is giving us instructions. Instructions are being given to all of us, the conditioned souls, how we should learn a lesson from Yaśodāmayi. In fact, whatever she did is applicable to us only. It is not applicable to her. But how we can learn a lesson, not to consider ourselves to be the possessors of anything, whether property or people, we shouldn't become proud that we are protecting our children. So Prabhupada speaks all this in the purport. We read the purport yesterday. And Srila Prabhupada also quoted Prahlad Maharaj's prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev, where Prahlad Maharaj is saying that parents think that, we think that babies are protected because of the parents. But in reality, if you don't protect, what will the parents do? And sometimes there are no parents and still the children are protected. So who is the real protector? Is the parent protecting? No. Actually, it is the Lord. If the Lord does not show his mercy, in spite of the parents being there, still the children lose their lives. Then who is the real protector? Falsely, we claim that we are protecting. like this. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, everybody, for Krishna, everybody is his kids. Why just our kids, right? So again, how he protects a person depends on, just remember that verse, 9:29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshasti na priyaha. He's equal to everybody. That means he's equal to everybody, but to some people, some people are taking birth in rich families, very beautiful bodies, a good health, intelligence, wealth, etc. And someone else is born in a, very poverty-stricken condition, ugly and, poor health, so on and so forth. So that means the Lord is discriminating between the two. He's being partial to one person and, he's favoring one person and he's not favoring another person. Is it like that? No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Because he is transcendental. This vision of, this is my friend and this is my enemy, that vision is coming from the modes. That's what we are studying in Bhagavad Gita also. We will study further about that. This is the chapter, 14th chapter talks about the influence of the modes. It is because of these modes on my mind, my intelligence, I think, I see somebody as my enemy, somebody as my friend, I favor someone and I hate another person. This is happening because of the influence of modes. Does the Lord also have this type of vision that this person is dear to me and that person is, I don't like that person is my enemy? Is that why he is protecting Indra and he's killing Indra's enemies? Indrari vyakulam lokam ridayanti yuge yuge is said. That means he's coming to protect Indra and kill the enemies of Indra. That means he's being partial to Indra and he hates the enemies of Indra. He treats the enemies of Indra as his enemies. This is a question asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadeva Goswami. It appears that the Lord is being partial. How can he be partial, being the Supreme Lord? So no, the Lord is not partial. So as long as one is not a surrendered devotee of Krishna, somebody who has fully surrendered to Krishna, then he is equal to everybody, but he will give them, he will favor them, you can say, according to their karma, in the role of Paramatma. So as per karma, he will give the result, he will give the results to each person. That's all. Neutral. Now, if you are a surrendered devotee of Krishna, so obviously when somebody is surrendered to Krishna, there is no question of that devotees having any material attachments. What does surrender mean? Surrender means no room for anything or anyone else. Full 100% for Krishna. You are sold out to Krishna. That is a surrendered devotee. Now, such a surrendered devotee, if that devotee favors somebody, and why is he favoring? You cannot question. You cannot question. Madhyama Bhakta, it's up to him. He can, he's free. He can give mercy to somebody. He can ignore somebody. He can love someone. Nobody can question. You cannot question him. He is a surrendered devotee of the Lord. Now, such a devotee, so you cannot say what is the reason that this devotee is favoring this person and not that person. Even the Lord doesn't question that. What to speak of anybody else? Nobody can question. He's completely free. Wherever he wants, he can go and he gives. Like Srila Prabhupada came to the West. Was he actually selecting, or even if he is selecting, nobody can question why you are giving mercy to this person and not that person. That's the free will of the devotee. So, if such a surrendered devotee, I'm saying, if you are a surrendered devotee of Krishna, completely surrendered to Krishna, and now you have special affection for somebody, then yes, Krishna will protect that person. Why? Because you are surrendered to Krishna. So you are now, because you surrendered to Krishna, you are dear to Krishna. And if you give your mercy to someone and you show special affection to somebody, then Krishna will protect that person. Like that. So, but otherwise, yeah, he gives everybody, he's equal to everyone. He doesn't love or hate anybody based on any factors. But when it comes to his devotee, he says, Ye bhajanti tu maam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. He's in my heart and I'm in his heart, or her heart. She's in my heart and I'm in her heart. When somebody is doing bhakti, that's a totally different relationship. There he doesn't say, I'm equal. No, I'm partial. He says, I'm partial. That's my person. So we want to be like that. Krishna should consider us his person. So for that, we have to work hard. Work hard means we have to, initially the way we have to work hard is we have to build that faith in Krishna. There's only one way. Just hear more and more and more. The more you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see directly in the words of Srimad Bhagavatam verses itself, and again reinforced by the purports of Srila Prabhupada, the same thing. Hear and chant. Shravanam Kirtanam. That's all. Shravanam Kirtanam. As much as possible. The more we do that, the stronger our faith will become. And when the faith becomes strong, then you will be depending only on Krishna. All your attachments here and there, they will go away without your separately endeavoring. You don't need to do any separate mental exercises to become detached this way, that way. All you have to do is hear more and more about Krishna. Actually, you hear, not imagining, like many times we imagine in our minds, Bhakti is like this and Krishna is like that and I am like this. No, just come here from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita. What is Bhakti? From Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is Bhakti? How to do Bhakti? Where am I? What are the symptoms? And how to travel on this path, how to move forward, like that. The more you hear, all those clouds will be removed. The path will become clear. That means our faith is becoming stronger. You'll be doing, right? The consciousness will change. That means now my mind, my consciousness is stuck in so many things right now. In family, in job, in friends, in relatives, in politics, in, deals and business and shopping and whatnot. All over, the consciousness is there. But by hearing more and more and more and chanting, hearing and chanting, by this, your mind will naturally, you will see these things are not so important. They will just fall away. You will see the most important thing is devotional service to Krishna. You will be looking for, so this is what we want. You will be looking forward to that opportunity. When can I sit down and hear about Krishna? And even when you're not able to sit down and hear about Krishna, whatever you heard, that will be going on in your mind. Even with your hands, you're doing other things, but that's going on all the time. You are coming close to Dhrida Shraddha, if that is happening all the time. So this is a progression. And this transformation will happen. But what do we have to do for that? From our side, what is the effort that we have to do? Somehow or other, bring yourself to Shravanam and Kirtanam. Never mind whether you feel like it or not, it does not matter. Just do it. Do it. Whatever way. You make some plans for yourself or whatever, but do it. That's all. then everything else will follow. And of course, when you hear also, this is another disease that we have, that we turn on the lecture and we just assume that because the sound vibration is going in my ear, I am already doing bhakti, but I'm not even paying any attention to what is being said. Especially when it comes to pastimes and stories, okay, you'll be listening, no problem. But when it comes to philosophy, you won't be able to connect the points if you are just doing so many other things and the lecture is going on. You won't be able to connect the points. You have to see which point is leading to next and next and next. And that's when you'll actually able to grasp the philosophy. And it's even better if you can actually take some notes. That helps me a lot. Take some points, then you go over. After that, you just look at that. So just like you attend any courses, either for your work or for your studies, college or anywhere, right? You take some notes because you really want to remember that, like that. So all these are indications that you're really serious. You want to move forward like that. So yeah, so important thing is Shravanam Kirtanam. Just keep doing that. And the more sincerely we do this, Shravanam and Kirtanam, and of course, when you do Shravanam, the next step after Shravanam is Mananam. What you hear, you have to contemplate on that. I have also a problem. I also don't do this so much. But that's important. Simply feeding, no. After you hear, you have to actually go back and reflect on that. That's important. And that usually that happens when we are hearing attentively, when we are really really attentively hearing, then we get questions, because you'll start actually contemplating when you hear seriously. But if you're being a passive listener, right, you're doing so many other things, and yes, the sound is also going on, you won't get any questions. And maybe while you're sitting here also, your mind is going on so many things. Oh, I have a meeting today and I have to go and buy some things today. And oh, my child has an appointment here and this and that. So many things are going on the mind. Then also you won't get any questions because you're not able to focus completely. So like that. So anyway, let us continue. So 43. This is the next verse. What is happening now? When Yaśodāmayi is thinking that I am, I got this because of the Lord's illusory potency. Now I got this bad intelligence by which I'm thinking I am Yaśodā. Nanda Maharaj is my husband. Krishna is my son. And, I am the queen and I am protecting him. But actually, Krishna, the Lord Vishnu is the one who's protecting. I'm so foolish, like this. Now, what is she saying? Pay attention. The last thing that we read in Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary is, like, she's thinking that this is all misconception. Especially here, take the point. Krishna, I'm thinking Krishna is my son and I am the one who's maintaining him. If I don't, and I'm the one who's protecting him by worshipping Lord Vishnu and by, so many other things, by giving her breast milk to Krishna, by her words, by her affection, by her hugs and cuddling him, right? By her love, she's protecting him, she's nourishing him, she's feeding him. So I am maintaining him, I'm protecting him. This is all my illusion. This is my misconception. So what will the next verse is saying, what is the effect that this type of feeling in Yaśodā, what type of effect did this have on Krishna, who is listening to her say all this? How did he feel? Okay. Itthaṁ vidita-tattvāyāṁ gopikāyāṁ sa īśvaraḥ vaiṣṇavīṁ vyatanon māyāṁ putra-snehamayīṁ vibhuḥ. Itthaṁ vidita-tattvāyāṁ gopikāyāṁ sa īśvaraḥ vaiṣṇavīṁ vyatanon māyāṁ putra-snehamayīṁ vibhuḥ. Itthaṁ vidita-tattvāyāṁ. So, by seeing Yaśodamayi, who thus understood. Vidita means she came to know, or she understood, or she realized. What did she realize? Tattva. Tattva means the truth. Tattva. Like you say, param tattva. Param tattva means the absolute truth. So tattva means truth. So she realized, she got this jnana. She realized this tattva. What is that? That the Supreme Lord is the protector of everything, of everyone. He is the one who's maintaining everyone. And we foolishly, right, the conditioned souls foolishly think that, this is, we have our designations in this world, right? I'm so-and-so's wife and so-and-so's mother, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. All this is illusion. This is all misconception. So Yaśodamayi got this type of tattva jnana, knowledge of the truth. Seeing this, and who is Yaśodamayi? Gopikāyāṁ. Gopika, Gopa means the protector. One who protects is called a Gopa. So naturally Gopi means, Gopika means one who is protecting. So Yaśodamayi is protecting who? She's protecting Krishna. So Gopikāyāṁ. So Yaśodamayi, who protects Krishna by her love, by her affection, and by feeding him her breast milk with her motherly affection. And that Yaśodamayi, when she got this type of jnana, this type of knowledge of tattva, that Ishvara, that means Krishna, that Lord Krishna. So what type of knowledge she got? Anyway, so that Lord, what did he do? He became worried. He became concerned. He thought, oh, that means Yaśodamayi is not going to cuddle me anymore, right? She won't take me in her arms. She won't hug me. She won't kiss me. She won't give me her breast milk. She won't feed me butter. Just imagine, Yaśodamayi says to Krishna, no, Krishna, I cannot do that to you. You are the Supreme Lord. How can I do this, right? He is Ishvara, it is said. Ishvara means the supreme controller. Can you even imagine the supreme controller, right? Like Lord Vishnu, breastfeeding him, taking him in your arms and playing. So Yaśodamayi is, Krishna, imagine Krishna's thinking, Yaśodamayi will say, no, my Lord, you are Ishvara. Like Kunti Maharani offering prayers to Krishna. Namasya Purusham Tvadyam. Right? You are the original Purusha. You are the Supreme Lord. I'm offering my obeisances unto you. Like that. If Yaśodamayi did that to Krishna, and she would like, no more cuddling and no more breastfeeding, nothing, because you are the Supreme Lord, that would be such a great loss for Krishna. And by the way, this type of thinking is not at all according to Yaśodamayi's svabhava. Svabhava means her nature. To think like this, that, this is my illusion, and actually, this is not her nature at all. So, Krishna became concerned. He got worried that Yaśodamayi will not love me anymore like before. So, what did he do? vaiṣṇavīṁ vyatanon māyāṁ putra-snehamayīṁ vibhuḥ. So, why Yaśodamayi got this type of, what do you say? Jnana, right? This realization. Because of Aishvarya Shakti. Aishvarya Shakti is also Krishna's Swarupa Shakti only. That we discussed yesterday and day before. Swarupa Shakti. So it is his Swarupa Shakti. But because of that Aishvarya Shakti, Yaśodamayi got this jnana for a few seconds, and Krishna became worried. He was like, what? My mother won't love me anymore. She'll worship me or something. So immediately, he withdrew that Aishvarya Shakti, which is the cause for Yaśodamayi's jnana. And Vaishnavīṁ māyāṁ, he immediately vyatanon. That means he spread his Vaishnavi Maya. What type of Vaishnavi Maya? Within that also there are, so Vaishnavi Maya means Yoga-māyā. So here there are two types of Maya. We had this session some days ago. I already discussed at length what are the functions of Mahamaya and Yoga-māyā. But there are two types of Maya. One is Yoga-māyā, also called Vaishnavi Maya. You can also call Swarupa Shakti. Yoga-māyā, you can call it Chit Shakti, Yoga-māyā, and Vaishnavi Maya. And the other one is called Mahamaya or Gunamayi Maya. Maya which is made of the three modes of material nature, three material modes. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. This Vaishnavi Maya or Yoga-māyā acts only on the devotees the pure devotees of the Lord. And even in the pure devotees of the Lord, those who have realized the Lord. That means those who have experienced the Lord. Prema, devotees. So she will act on them. And Mahamaya, she acts on the conditioned souls. So because of the influence of Mahamaya, so how we are all aware, the conditioned soul is first. Mahamaya had three components, avidya, vidya and prakriti. First, the conditioned soul is covered by avidya since beginningless. And then because of this avidya and karma that he has, when the Lord glances on prakriti, 23 elements are produced, the universes are formed, then Virata Purusha appears from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. First a lotus is, a lotus comes out, and in the stem of the lotus is Virata Purusha, and in the lotus flower is Brahmaji. All these conditioned souls covered by avidya are there in the lotus. Now Brahmaji, according to the karma of each living entity, is awarding them their subtle and gross bodies. How? From where are the subtle and gross bodies coming? He is taking from Virata Purusha. Virata Purusha's body is made of those elements only, those 23 elements. So there's gross virata and subtle virata. Sukshma virata, sthula virata. Subtle body is sukshma virata, gross is... So from subtle body, he'll take subtle elements. From gross body, he'll take gross elements, Brahmaji. And he will award to each living entity according to that living entity's karma. And that's how we get these bodies. So, Mahamaya. So then subtle body, when he gives in that subtle body, you get ahankar also, false ego. First you already had avidya, now you got ahankara. Yes? So in this way, this living entity is under the clutches of, so because of this ahankara, now he is identifying himself as belonging to this family, this country, so on and so forth. Bodily identification comes because of that. Not only that, what is his karma? The karma that he did is because of his association with different modes. So now the body that he gets now, that body is also under the influence of those modes. So his intelligence, his mind, his, all these are under the influence of modes. Each one has a different effect of the modes. The combination of modes that are acting on you is different from the combination of modes that are acting on me, on her and on her, like that. It's different. Based on our past association with the modes. So that is why somebody is very intelligent, somebody is not so intelligent, somebody's, truthful and somebody else is not so truthful, like that. Because of the influence of the modes. So in this way, this Mahamaya is acting on the conditioned souls. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Through these modes, Mahamaya is controlling the conditioned souls. And because of this influence, the conditioned soul is thinking, this is mine and this is mine, and he's fighting, on an individual level, on a national level, and community level, and organizational level, so many ways. Aham mameti. I am this body, and things related to this body are mine. What is all this? This is the influence of Mahamaya. Influence of Mahamaya. So the struggle of the conditioned soul, when he takes to the path of yoga, especially when we come to Bhakti Yoga, our struggle is to come out of the clutches of Mahamaya and come under the protection of Yoga-māyā. That's our struggle. Come out of the clutches of Mahamaya and come under the protection of Yoga-māyā. So, the Lord's Maya is two types. There is Mahamaya and there is Yoga-māyā. Here it is said that Krishna, of course, even the Aishvarya Shakti was not Mahamaya. Mahamaya is not acting on Yaśodamayi. She cannot. Mahamaya's jurisdiction is only conditioned souls. Mahamaya cannot come close to the eternal associates of the Lord. So even within the Yoga-māyā, there are many, many, many varieties, functions are there. Aishvarya Shakti is also the Lord Swarup Shakti only. But because of that Aishvarya Shakti, now Yaśodamayi got this, what she called as Kumati. Kumati, bad intelligence. As a result of that Aishvarya, she got this jnana. So now Krishna pulled back that Aishvarya and then he spread this Vaishnavi Maya. Vaishnavi Maya means, yes, it is Yoga-māyā. You may say that is also Yoga-māyā, but as I said, they are both, there are different varieties within Yoga-māyā. So here Vaishnavi Maya means putra-snehamayīṁ vibhuḥ. So what type of Yoga-māyā? Putra-snehamayī. Putra-snehamayī, that means actually . It's not that the Lord spread this, but he spread his Yoga-māyā. What type of Yoga-māyā? Yoga-māyā, which is putra-snehamayīṁ. So then, because of that, we will see what is the effect that when the Lord did this, what effect did this have on Yaśodāmayi, we will see. But let us just read the translation and purport first. Mother Yaśodā, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth. Which real truth? Itthaṁ vidita-tattvāyāṁ. Acha. So, could understand the real truth means she's thinking that tattva means truth. That thinking that I'm not Yaśodā. This is also another thing, you know. For us conditioned souls, to realize I'm not this body, I'm soul, that is truth. That is reality. Being under the illusion that I am this body, this is not truth, this is illusion. To realize I'm not this body, that is coming to truth. For somebody who is now the Lord Krishna considering himself the son of Yaśodāmayi, is this outside his Swarupa? Yesterday we discussed what is Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana of the Supreme Lord. So Krishna is thinking that I am the son of Yaśodāmayi. Is this his Swarupa or not?
Yes, Mother.
Yeah. That is his Swarupa. Similarly, Yaśodāmayi thinking that Krishna is my son, is that her Swarupa or not? That's also her Swarupa. So for her to think that I am not Krishna's mother, that's actually outside Swarupa. That's not a fact at all. She is eternally the wife of Nanda Maharaj. She is eternally the mother of Krishna. That's her, Swarupa. So now Krishna, by spreading his Yoga-māyā, means his Swarupa Shakti, what did he do? She's just in Swarupa, right? Just briefly, for a few seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds maximum, Maharaj says. Just this thought came to her and she just said something. Just for 4 or 5 seconds, she got this. As a result of that Aishvarya Shakti. There also she didn't think that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and let me bow down to Krishna like Arjun did or Kunti Maharaj did. That never happened. She never thought Krishna may be the Supreme Lord. At most, just briefly, that thought came, is this because of my son's mystic potency? And then immediately she said, he gets scared of cats and monkeys. He steals butter. What type of mystic potency he has? Then she remembered, oh, Gargamuni said that my son will have, potency like Lord Narayan. So this is Lord Narayan's, he is the Supreme Lord. And immediately she took shelter of Lord Narayan. She never considered Krishna is the Supreme Lord. That didn't happen. But there was some effect. That's why, Aishvarya did hit her very hard. Like from Aishvarya Shakti's side, it hit very hard on Yaśodāmayi. But what is the effect that it had on Yaśodāmayi? Very slight effect. What is that? For a short, brief period of time, she just got this jnana, this knowledge that this is all illusion. This is my misconception that I'm thinking I'm Krishna's mother. Actually, the Lord Narayan is the protector. That's all. That's all. But even when she got that much, Krishna was completely, he got worried. He didn't want to lose his mother, right? He wanted her mother, his mother. Krishna is hungry for the love of his devotees. So here, that's how you should understand, okay? Mother Yaśodā, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth means Don't think something else. Here, tattvam means she's thinking, I'm not Yaśodā, I'm not, and it is Lord Vishnu who is protecting, and I'm thinking I'm protecting. This is all misconception, like that. In this way, when she understood tattva, okay. But then again, the Supreme Master, by the influence of internal potency, Yoga-māyā, inspired her to become absorbed in intense maternal affection for her son. So what did Krishna do? He spread his expanded. Vyatanot means he expanded or he pervaded this Vaishnavi Maya. Vaishnavi Maya means Yoga-māyā. And in Yoga-māyā, you have different, very many varieties. So particularly, putra-snehamayīṁ, right? Putra-snehamayīṁ. That means vatsalya, affection of a mother for her son, like that. Vibhuḥ, the Supreme Lord. So now we'll read the purport. Although Mother Yaśodā understood the whole philosophy of life, whole philosophy of life means we are not this body, right? Falsely we are thinking we are this and that and we are doing so many things. Actually, it is the Supreme Lord who is protecting that. So she understood the philosophy of life. At the next moment, she was overwhelmed by affection for her son. How? By the influence of Yoga-māyā. Who did this? Krishna did it. Krishna just spread that Yoga-māyā. Unless she took care of her son Krishna, she thought, so now this is her natural position. So that is why when you shouldn't think that Krishna spread this Yoga-māyā, like when, sometimes people do black magic, right? So because under the influence of that black magic, now you behave like somebody else for the time being. As long as that magic is acting on you, for that much time, you behave like somebody else, as if you're possessed or something. We shouldn't think like that Krishna spread his Yoga-māyā, so therefore under the influence of Yoga-māyā, now Yaśodamayi is, once again loving Krishna. As long as that effect is there, she will act like that. Should you think like that? No. This is her Swarupa. This is her natural position. This is her Swarupa. Loving Krishna, having that Aishwarya Gyan which she got, that was temporary. And Krishna couldn't tolerate that. Even for that short time, he couldn't tolerate. So immediately, he put her back in her Swarupa. How did he do that? He pulled back that Aishwarya Shakti, which was like standing in front of Yaśodamayi. He just withdrew that Aishwarya Shakti. And as a result of that, when the Aishwarya Shakti was gone, then now Yaśodamayi's natural affection was there. And in fact, the nature of spiritual world is, love is not just, of course, like you have good, better and best, right? So spiritual world is perfect. So love is perfect there, but still it is ever increasing. This is again achintya. You cannot explain how it is increasing. It is an ocean already, but ever increasing ocean. Anandambudhi vardhanam. It's increasing. It's ambuda. That means it's an ocean, but it is an increasing ocean. So love is also increasing, although it is already perfect. She is the topmost devotee in Vatsalya Prema, even more than Nanda Maharaj, actually, it is said. But still it keeps increasing. So after this incident, her love increased even more. That means Krishna gets more to taste. Ultimately, all this love is for who? For Krishna to taste, isn't it? The prema of the devotee, Krishna is tasting it. So after this incident, it increased even more. So she was there in her Swarupa, naturally. That's the point. Krishna withdrew his Aishwarya Shakti and then he expanded the Yoga-māyā. What type of Yoga-māyā? Putra-snehamayīṁ. And then after that, she is now in her natural position. That means her heart is filled with motherly affection for Krishna. unless she took care of her son Krishna, she thought, how could he be protected? See, in the verse we read before that, what she was thinking. So this, Srila Prabhupada is telling ahead of time what is coming in the next verse. But previously, in this verse, what is she thinking? That, not in this verse, previous verse. Foolishly, I'm thinking that I'm maintaining my son. And now what is she thinking? After Krishna, pulled the Aishvarya back and spread the putra-snehamayīṁ, Vaishnavi Maya. What is she thinking now? Are, if I don't take care of my son, of Krishna, how can he be protected? Like that. She could not think otherwise. So now she's back to her natural, original position, Swarupa. She could not think otherwise. And thus she forgot all her philosophical speculations. When Krishna pulled back the Aishvarya Shakti and he spread this Vaishnavi Maya, Yaśodāmayi once again, she's thinking, if I don't protect Krishna, how he's going to be protected? And she forgot all the philosophical, whatever jnana she got, all those speculations she forgot. This forgetfulness is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as being inspired by the influence of Yoga-māyā. So what is it that Yoga-māyā made her do? It's not that by this Vaishnavi Maya, what happened? She forgot. So whatever jnana she got because of that Aishvarya Shakti, all that she forgot because of Krishna spreading this Yoga-māyā. What happened was, she forgot everything. She forgot even the universal form that she saw in Krishna's mouth. Everything. We'll read in the coming verses. It's like memory is erased. She forgot everything. How this happened? This forgetfulness was inspired by the influence of Yoga-māyā, which was expanded by Krishna. Mohana sadharmyan māyāṁ. Materialistic persons are captivated by Mahamaya, whereas devotees, by the arrangement of the spiritual energy, are captivated by Yoga-māyā. That we discussed already in the beginning itself. So let me just see what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. Discerning the truth in this way, itthaṁ vidita-tattvāyāṁ. What is the truth? That, oh, I'm not this, I'm not Yaśodā, I'm not Nanda's wife, like that. Discerning the truth in this way, Yaśodā desired to give up her sense of possessiveness. But then the Lord, as a small boy, thought, who will cuddle and hold me? So he got little Krishna. He got concerned. If she's thinking that, oh, he is not my son, then who's going to love me? When Krishna thought in this way, Yaśodā, as soon as Krishna thought in this way, Yaśodā was overcome by the very form of affection for her son, putra-snehamayīṁ, once again. That means when Krishna thought, for Krishna, simply thinking is sufficient and immediately everything is carried out by his energies. So Krishna expanded his Yoga-māyā, is said. So as soon as Krishna thought that, who's going to cuddle me, who's going to love me, then the other things happened in between. That means Yaśodā forgot all that knowledge and everything, and immediately she's overcome by putra-snehamayīṁ. She became like filled with putra-sneha, affection for her son. Like that means she came back to her position, usual position. The word mayīṁ in this phrase means affection itself, namely prema in the form of parental affection, vatsalya bhava. The word māyāṁ here indicates bewilderment. In other words, Yaśodā became blinded by prema. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. So, vaiṣṇavīṁ māyāṁ. So, so what type of maya is this? Her love, her prema, vatsalya prema. Like that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. That means, when Krishna spread that Yoga-māyā, he pulled back that Aishvarya Shakti, and by that, now Yaśodāmayi's prema, her vatsalya prema for Krishna, natural prema which he had now, that was shining. And then her heart was filled with putra-sneha, like before. Okay. So we can read the next verse tomorrow. I would like to read, but then it will take more time, discussion. We'll go slowly, verse by verse, no problem. Let's do Bhagavad Gita now. Any questions on this verse? No questions. Okay. Let's read Bhagavad Gita. Actually, there is not much, I said I'll discuss because we discussed it several times. I'll just tell you one more time quickly and we'll go to the next verse. So from third verse, Krishna started explaining. He said, he's going to give this knowledge, and because of this knowledge, one will be liberated. That was said in the first two verses. The great sages, they got, because of this knowledge, they get Brahma Prapti, like that. So from here, Krishna begins giving the knowledge. What is that? That this Prakriti is my yoni, that means the womb in which that I am impregnating with the living entities. And because of my impregnating this Prakriti, so many different forms of life are possible. All these different species are coming into existence. So whatever species, Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya, that you're seeing, where are they? So all the different forms, yonis, right? There are so many yonis, like wombs, cats, dogs, humans, like that. And the children born of them, they will think that this is my mother and this is my father. But actually, I am the original father and this Prakriti is the mother for everyone, each one of us. After saying that, then in the fifth verse, Krishna is saying, so now each one of us, we have bodies. I got body from my father and mother. What is this body made of? This body is made of Prakriti. Those 23 elements only. So here, just you have to remember the whole story once again. That how this body is made of Prakriti. So first the Lord glanced on Prakriti. 23 elements are formed. When he glanced, he impregnated the living entities into Prakriti. Yes? And these living entities are covered by avidya and they have karma. By this, the Prakriti, so now Prakriti is the mother. Whatever happens here in this world, same thing is happening there. That means in this world, how a male impregnates a female, and it is the female, the mother, who is developing the body of the baby. Similarly, in the cosmic level, the Lord is glancing on Prakriti and impregnating Prakriti with the living entities. And Prakriti is the one that is forming, developing the bodies. This point is clear, right? The way in this world we see, you can even take the example of human beings. So the male impregnates the female, and then in the female, in the mother, the baby's body is developed. The body of the baby is developed in the mother's body. Even though there won't be any baby, the life is coming from where? Life is coming from father. That living entity is there in the father's body. But the development of the physical body is happening in the mother's body. Yes, Mataji. Rajakishori ma'am.
Mataji, does this happen in Vaikuntha Lok and Golok as well, that a man impregnates a woman?
No, there is no birth there.
So is it only outside the Vaikuntha
Material
Lok?
world. Material world. Only in the material
In
world.
the material world. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Hare Krishna. So the Lord glancing on Prakriti, and he is impregnating Prakriti with these living entities, just like here we see a male is impregnating a female, and the baby's body is developing in the mother's body. Like that, all these different species, all these bodies, where are they coming from? From Prakriti. Prakriti is the mother. She is the female. Her womb, in her womb, all these bodies are coming from her womb. That's the point. So that was said in the fourth verse. Now the fifth verse is saying, Now take you and me, all of us. We have our bodies. So my body, we already heard in the 4th verse that this body is also like my body, your body, all bodies, all different species. Actually, they're all developed where? In Prakriti. These bodies are developed in Prakriti. They're made of Prakriti. The bodies are made of Prakriti. When you say the body is made of Prakriti, what do you mean? What is the Prakriti made of? The 3 modes of material nature. That's the point. Prakriti means what? Prakriti is made of the 3 modes. That's all. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. And whatever else is coming from Prakriti is nothing but different combinations of these 3 modes. That's all. So those 23 elements, like if you look at your body, if you ask a doctor, right, what is the composition of this body? They will say body is made of flesh and bones and blood and, so on and so forth. Cells. But if you break it down further, if you say cells, then it will come to earth, water, fire, air, ether. This body. Because they cannot see the soul. They will only see this. So it will be earth, water, fire, air, ether. But there's also spirit soul here. It's a combination. We read that in the 13th chapter. Any body that you see in this world, it is actually a combination of kshetra and kshetragya. Kshetra means the body. So body is composed of what? These gross elements. Not only gross elements. There is gross body and subtle body. They don't see the subtle body. They only see the gross body. So gross body is made of gross elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. But this body has subtle elements also. What are they? 10 types of senses are there. And mind, intelligence, ego, chitta. The body is made of all these things. This also we read in the 13th chapter. Krishna is explaining what is kshetra. 6 and 7 verses in detail, Krishna says. Although he says, I'm telling in summary, samasena. But he says there what this body is made of. So the point is, all those elements which the body is made up of, what are they? Each one of those elements is nothing but those modes. You take each one. If you say, what is my intelligence made of? Intelligence is made of tamasika ahankara, rajasika ahankara. Ahankara means it is ignorance, and rajasika ahankara means passion and ignorance. Intelligence is made of what? Passion, ignorance. Like that. So if you look at the ingredients, what is this body made of? Modes. And not only that, ingredients are there, and then you have your karma. What is that? Your karma is saying what is the type of influence of, so this Maya has 2 functions, right? It's supplying the ingredients and also it is acting. The Maya is acting. Those modes are influencing you. So your intelligence is also made of Rajasic Ahankara. My intelligence is made of Rajasic Ahankara. Her intelligence is also made of Rajasic Ahankara. His intelligence is made of Rajasic Ahankara. However, all our intelligence is not the same. Mine is different, yours is different, hers is different, his is different. How? The influence of modes is different. On one person's intelligence, the mode of goodness is acting more. That means that intelligence is influenced by goodness. There is more, like 80% goodness, 10% ignorance, 10% passion. Another person has 60% ignorance acting on intelligence. Another person has 30%, ignorance, let's say, like that. That means the influence of modes is varying on different people's faculties. Your mind, your intelligence, your senses, your chitta, all these are influenced by modes, but they're different proportions. So this body we got from Prakriti. What does that mean? We got this body from Prakriti. And how we got this body? Why I got only this body and you got only that body? Karanam guna sangosya. Right? Because of association with modes. That's all is said in the 5th verse. And then in the 6th verse, we will see what happens when somebody's faculties, that means your body, right? Subtle body, gross body. So when your body, especially subtle body, when it is influenced by mode of goodness, what is the effect? That is the next verse. So 5th verse is saying, sattvaṁ, rajas, tama iti, these 3 modes, gunaha prakriti sambhavaha. So because of these 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, tama, because of these 3 gunas, and what are these 3 gunas? That's what is prakriti. And by that, prakriti is giving birth to different bodies. We said that these bodies are made of prakriti. What does that mean? These bodies made of prakriti means these bodies are made of these 3 modes. That means they're made of these 3 modes and also they're influenced by these 3 modes. Nibadhnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. The dehinam, that means the living entity, is spiritual. That living entity is inexhaustible. It's not like the living entity is, becoming old and dying. No. The living entity is eternal, but he is in this body, deha. How? Nibadhnanti. He is imprisoned, entangled or imprisoned in this body. Who? The living entity, who is actually avyayam, inexhaustible. The living entity does not diminish or anything, but that living entity is now bound within this body, and that is what you call as birth of different bodies. And how are these bodies coming? They're coming from Prakriti. Prakriti means what? Means these 3 modes. Material nature consists of 3 modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, so remember the whole story. When it comes in contact with nature means the Lord impregnated Prakriti with the living entities. That's how the living entity comes in contact with nature. Nature means Prakriti. Oh, mighty armed Arjun, he becomes conditioned by these 3 modes. Now, today's verse, text 6. Tatra sattvaṁ nirmalatvāt prakāśakam anāmayam sukha-saṅgena badhnāti jñāna-saṅgena cānagha. Tatra sattvaṁ nirmalatvāt. Now, each one's body is influenced by different modes. Yes, Mataji, Amal Sundari Mataji.
Mataji, sorry, I have a quick question here before we move ahead. So you said that the modes, the Prakriti is giving different bodies, and these bodies are made of 3 modes, and the body is influenced, like a mother makes the body, it has the same things for which it makes. So the Prakriti is also like the body the jiva is getting is made a combination of 3 modes. But you were explaining in between that how the ratio is different for different people, how the modes are acting. It is because of how they have associated with the modes. So is karma a factor? Is that what you were implying when you were saying that
Yes.
because of their karma and how they have associated with different modes in the past, based on that, now they are getting this particular body and does have different ratios?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So actually it is that karma. That karma is the factor there. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Okay. Text 6. So, tatra sattvam nirmalatvāt. So now, what we understood is everybody is getting bodies. The bodies are made of Prakriti. And there is influence of these 3 modes. But there is based on karma. each person has a different proportion of, that means the influence of one particular mode is more on one person's senses, mind, intelligence than on another person. So what is the result when, or what is the effect when the mode of goodness is prominently acting on one person? That means his mind is prominently influenced by mode of goodness. His intelligence is in goodness. So when I say it is in goodness, means the effect of goodness on intelligence. That means that intelligence is now under the influence of goodness. Mind, senses. What type of consequence or what type of effect does that have? What do we see in that person?
Is more receptive to knowledge. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam, like you have explained before, that he is more receptive to knowledge, like the knowledge about the absolute, not like mundane knowledge, but
both also, both. So the way it works is, so here see, sukha and jnana. These are the two effects, happiness and knowledge. When somebody is influenced by the mode of goodness, what is the effect? What do you see in such a person? There will be happiness and there will be knowledge. Now, tatra sattvaṁ nirmalatvāt. So of the three, sattva, rajas and tama, which is most pure sattva? Relatively speaking, between tamoguna, that means ignorance, passion and goodness, which is pure sattva. Goodness is pure compared to the three. Within the three, sattva is pure. Nirmalatvāt. Mala means contamination. Nirmala means no contamination. So tatra sattvam nirmalatvāt, and also prakāśakam anāmayam. Prakāśakam means light, right? Illuminating. So what is that illumination? That illumination is, and along with that illumination, anāmayam, sukha-saṅgena badhnāti, and it is also binding. You see, all three modes are binding. It's not that mode of goodness is liberating. That is also binding. Because after all, it's a material mode. But how does it bind? It binds the soul, conditioned soul, with happiness. That means he becomes bound. He becomes bound by happiness and jñāna-saṅgena cānagha. Cānagha means, oh Arjun, oh sinless one. So he becomes bound by happiness and knowledge. Sattva guna binds the living entity with happiness and knowledge. Okay. Here, we know so far from our discussions all these months, years, that sattvat sanjayate jnanam means when you are in the mode of goodness, what type of knowledge do you get? When you are in the mode of goodness, what type of knowledge do you get?
knowledge in the mode of goodness.
Yeah, what is that knowledge?
About the absolute.
Yes, sattva means goodness, but what type of knowledge do we get when we are in the mode of goodness? What is the knowledge we are getting?
This body is temporary.
The
I'm not this body.
Yeah, avidya is removed, and
yes, so avidya means I am this body. When you are in avidya, you forget that you are soul, and because of that avidya, next you get ahankara. Because of ahankara, you're thinking you're this body. So when you're in the mode of goodness, we understood by doing nishkama karma yoga, your avidya is removed and you're covered by vidya. Means what? Passion and ignorance are removed and you're in goodness. So when you come to goodness, what type of knowledge, what type of realization do you get? I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul.
soul.
But That is when you get, like, your avidya is completely removed. When your avidya is removed and you're covered by vidya, then you get that realization. But even if your avidya is not removed, we are all still covered by avidya. But there is more sattva guna. How do you get sattva guna? Your association. Like you eat food which is in the mode of goodness. You associate with people who are in the mode of goodness. You're living in an environment, like if you live in a village, let's say, that's in the mode of goodness. But if you live in a city, or, that's in the mode of passion. And if you are associating with pubs and brothels, then that's in the mode of ignorance, like that. So association, because of that association, the senses, your mind, your intelligence, if they are coming in contact with sense objects which are in the modes of passion and ignorance, then that's the influence on them now. But if you are in the mode of goodness, that means your association, your food, it's in the mode of goodness, then what type of effect will that have on you? You still have avidya. It's not like your avidya is fully removed, but your environment is in the mode of goodness. Your association, your food, etc., it's all in the mode of goodness. The type of sound vibrations and knowledge that you're taking in, right? The books that you're reading and the sounds that you're hearing, if they're all in the mode of goodness, then the effect that it has is when someone is in the mode of goodness, it is said it is illuminating. What happens when you're in light as opposed to when you're in darkness? Let's say all the lights are turned off in the night, and when you turn on the light, what is the difference?
You see with clarity.
Exactly. You see things as they are. There is no doubt, and there is no, things are clear. You'll see things as it is. This is the sign of the mode of goodness. So if you are in the mode of goodness, then when you hear something, you'll be able to take the meaning as it is. If I read a passage to you, let's say there is 20 people in the class, and I read a passage, and then after that, if I ask 20 people to please write down what you understood, you'll get different explanations. Why? Because some people, one or two people may be able to give exactly what was said. That means they are in the mode of goodness. The quality of mode of goodness is it is illuminating, means there is clarity. You're able to see things as they are. You're able to understand things as they are. With whatever intention it is said, you're able to grasp it. That is possible when you're in the mode of goodness. There is clarity. Even though you're still covered by avidya, you didn't come to the stage where avidya is removed and you're covered by vidya yet. But still, if you're practicing, if you're living in the mode of goodness, this is the effect. It's illuminating. You'll be able to see things as they are. You'll be able to understand when something is said. You'll be able. There is clarity. There is clarity. And then knowledge also, when you're able to understand when something is taught, you're able to, even materially. And what to speak of, there is more goodness, lot of goodness, then you're actually able to see, I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. You're able to understand that also. But even on a basic material platform also, those who are in the mode of goodness, they are good, at grasping things. Whatever is said, they're able to understand. They'll study well, right? Materially also. Mode of goodness is so we will study later on. Knowledge in the mode of goodness, knowledge in passion, knowledge in ignorance. Mode of goodness means you will see exactly what it is. You'll understand, you'll get the knowledge as it is. Mode of passion means you're not sure. You cannot tell exactly what it is. Doubt, right? Maybe this, maybe that. That is mode of passion. Mode of ignorance means you will be confident about the opposite. That's dangerous, right? Whatever is said, you will take the opposite, you will understand the opposite as knowledge. That is why same thing is said to 10 people, but not all 10 people will accept it as it is. 1 or 2 people are able to grasp it as it is. Some people are in doubt, not sure, confusion, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. And some people looks like they understood, but they take the opposite. Why? Because of the influence of modes. So in this verse, we are seeing what is the effect of goodness, of the mode of goodness. Tatra sattvaṁ nirmalatvāt. That means there is no contamination or it is pure. Prakāśakam anāmayam. Prakāśakam means it is illuminating without any sinful reaction. Sukha-saṅgena badhnāti. But yet this is a material mode. So it will bind you with happiness. That means you will be conditioned. You'll be conditioned by happiness. You want to be happy all the time, right? So like, you'll be conditioned by happiness, basically. Jñāna-saṅgena, cānagha. And also you will be conditioned by happiness and knowledge. I'll just read Prabhupada's purport and I'll let you go. O sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than the others is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. Purport. That means conditioned. What do you mean by conditioned by happiness? That person will feel that I'm happy. I'm a happy person. And I'm I know, I have knowledge, right? So they become conditioned. And they feel also like they're happy. And they become conditioned by that. By a sense of happiness and knowledge. Purport. The living entities conditioned by material nature are of various types. So types of conditioning. One is happy, another is very active, and another is helpless. So you can guess. Happy is goodness, very active is passion, and helpless is ignorance. All these types of psychological manifestations are causes of the entity's conditioned status in nature. So these are manifestations. Externally, you see one person is happy, one person is busy and active, another person is just helpless, or you can say hopeless, right? So this is what is manifested externally. But what is the cause for these manifestations? The conditioned status. That means the influence of the modes. How they are differently conditioned is explained in this section of Bhagavad Gita. The mode of goodness is first considered. The effect of developing the mode of goodness in the material world is that one becomes wiser than those otherwise conditioned. So if you have 3 people, one in goodness, one in passion, one in ignorance, the one in goodness will be wiser compared to the other 2. A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. Material knowledge, that's why. It's not that your avidya is gone. Even when your avidya is there, if you are in the mode of goodness, then you will be advanced in material knowledge also. Yeah. So, is not so much affected by material miseries. This is the other thing, right? When you're in the mode of goodness, you're not affected so much. That's why it is said sukha, right? You are equipoised both in happiness and distress. That's nishkama karma yoga, right? Whether it is happiness or distress, you are equipoised. You are not affected by material miseries. And he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. The representative type is the Brahmana, who is supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness. This sense of happiness is due to understanding that in the mode of goodness, one is more or less free from sinful reactions. Why they are happy? Because in the mode of goodness, you becomes free from sinful reactions. Actually, in the Vedic literature, it is said that the mode of goodness means greater knowledge and a greater sense of happiness. The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. This one. Right? What do you mean by being conditioned by happiness and knowledge? He feels, when he is conditioned by goodness, he feels that he is better than others. He's more advanced in knowledge and he's better than others. In this way, he becomes conditioned, right? The best examples are the scientist and the philosopher. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they generally improve their living conditions, they feel a sort of material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness in conditioned life makes them bound by the mode of goodness of material nature. As such, they are attracted toward working in the mode of goodness. And as long as they have an attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the modes of nature. Yeah. So if you are attached in some way or the other to this material world, never mind even to the mode of goodness, then you will just keep taking birth in this world. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation or of being transferred to the spiritual world. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, a scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in the same disadvantages of birth and death. But due to the illusion of the material energy, one thinks that that sort of life is pleasant. Srila Prabhupada gives the example of wet stool and dry stool. In the villages, people say, oh, the dry, they pass stool in open air. They have some areas like places because traditionally they just go outside. So then the next day when they come, then the previous days is all dried up. Srila Prabhupada said, somebody, this side is good because it is all dry. But underneath it is still wet, so it is nasty. But he's saying, what do you mean it is good? After all, it is stool, right? What do you mean by this is good and this is bad? It is all bad. So like that, don't get attached even to goodness. Goodness, passion, ignorance, it is all material, three material modes. So in Nishkama Karma Yoga, what you do is, or in Jnana Yoga path, what you do is, like to remove one thorn, you use another thorn. Yes? You use a thorn to remove one thorn. But after you remove that thorn, will you keep this thorn nicely because this thorn helped me remove the other one and you'll keep it with you? No, throw it. Your work is done. Like that, in Jnana Marga, you use Vidya to realize Brahman. But after you realize Brahman, do you keep Vidya? No, you have to leave Vidya also. If you want liberation, you have to leave Vidya also. Mode of goodness also has to be left. It's not that you get attached to it. Of course, here what Srila Prabhupada is explaining is not even in Jnana Yoga. They're still on material platform. Like Karmi's level, right? In that also, you have people in goodness on the material platform, those who are mostly in goodness, those who are in passion, those who are in ignorance. But those who are in goodness, how are they conditioned? They're conditioned to their happy life. And, they will be regulated, right? And they don't want to leave that, and they're just conditioned to that with their happy life, and they just go on. But that type of thing, what it will do, you are still in the material mode of goodness, so you have to take another birth. You have to take another birth. And yes, there is knowledge also, material knowledge. You're good, you're intelligent, you're smart, and, you become a scientist and philosopher, Prabhupada is saying, and you're attached to that, and you're happy and all that. But still, you have to come back and take birth again. Simply being in goodness is not going to liberate you. What will liberate you? Bhakti will only liberate you. Even for Jnanis, ultimately it is Bhakti only which will liberate. So with that, we will end here today. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Swati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Mataji, in today morning class, you told Sheelanam word. The action means body, mind, and speech. And again, you told that mood means mind. Mood means mind. What is the difference between that mode and this mode, Mataji? In the action become three: body, mind, speech, and this mode. What is the
Yes.
difference?
So, so this is from morning class. If anybody wants to leave, you can leave. I understand it's late for you. If you want to stay, you can stay for the question answers. But if you need to leave, you can leave. Okay, so this is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita class. We discussed the definition of pure devotional service. So there, Sheelanam was discussed. Anukulena Krishnanu Sheelanam. So Sheelanam has two meanings. One is one second. What is the Sanskrit for that? I'm trying to remember.
Bhava Rupa and Cheshta Rupa.
Yes, Mataji. So Cheshta Rupa, there is a statement for Cheshta Rupa. Kaya Vang Manasiyaha Kaya Vang Manasiyaha Tattat Cheshta Rupaha. One meaning of Sheelanam. Kaya means body, Vak means speech, Kaya Vang Manasiya. Manasiya means with mind. Tattat Cheshta Rupaha. Cheshta means actions. So one meaning of Sheelanam is actions done with body, mind and words. And the second meaning of Sheelanam is Priti Vishadatmakaha Manasaha Tattat Bhava Rupaha. That means it is in the form of Priti or Vishada. That means it can be pleasing or it can be, sorrowful. So this is a mood. Manasa means where do you find this? You find this in the mind. This is in the mind. And it is Bhava Rupaha. It is Bhava means non-action. One meaning of Sheelanam is actions done with body, mind and words. The other meaning of Sheelanam is it is not action, but it is mood. What type of mood? You have mood of, pleasing mood or sorrowful mood, like that. So both these in relation to Krishna. That's the definition of pure devotional service. But now what Mataji is asking is, what is the difference between action with body, mind and speech and mood in the mind? So action with body, action with speech, you can understand. Action with body means with your hands, right? You are cutting, you are cooking, you are sewing. So many actions you do with your hands. You're writing, and legs, walking. Whatever actions you do with your body, that's there. Action with speech means talking, chanting, singing. All these are actions. Now, main question is actions with mind and mood of mind, how they are different. That is the main question. So action with mind means you memorize with your mind, yes? So you try to remember. After you memorize a shloka, you try to remember one way. Or you think, right? You contemplate on something. Or you plan. In your mind, you plan. I will do this, this and this. So these are the actions done with your mind. You are deliberately doing actions with your mind. Remembering, thinking, contemplating, planning, sankalpa, vikalpa, right? So actions that are done with your mind. This part is okay, Swati Mataji? Actions with mind?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
So now the second meaning of Sheelanam is Priti Vishadatmaka Manasa Tattat Bhava Rupaha. Bhava Rupaha. It is mood. What does this mean? So it is not thinking and it is not. Bhava Rupa is It is the mood that is in your mind. Example, happiness, right? You are in a happy mood, or you are sad, or you are feeling, your mood is you are feeling gratitude, right? Your mood is gratitude. You're feeling grateful, thankful. Mood is there. It's there in the mind always. You understand? It is not that you are doing an action with your mind. The mood is in the form of, you can say, a feeling, like gratitude, like happiness, like distress. It's not something that you are doing, but it is the result, right? I mean, I shouldn't even say all that. Basically, it is the mood. One example that is given for sadhana bhakti. In sadhana bhakti, what is the mood? The mood is of not committing any offenses to the holy name. That is pure devotional service. So by actions, okay, with your speech, you are chanting Hare Krishna. With your mind, you are trying to remember the form of the deity that you took darshan in the morning, or you are remembering the shlokas, or you're remembering the class. So this is all actions with your mind, actions with your speech. With your body, you do so many services: cleaning, cooking, making garlands, abhishek of the deities, worshipping, arti. All this is with your body. So actions are there. And along with this, if your mood is always, I should not commit any offenses. That means that mood is there in you. That means whenever there is an opportunity, or when there is a chance of committing any offense to the holy name, immediately that mood stops you from doing that activity, which is an offense to the holy name. Because you maintain this mood. Oh, this is Vaishnava aparad. I shouldn't hear blasphemy of Vaishnavas. Or I shouldn't speak. If I said something like this, it may be an offense. So you see, there is a mood in you. The mood is that offenses should not be committed to the holy name. So that mood that we have the mood that we are maintaining of not committing offenses to the holy name, that is also part of sadhana bhakti. That means not only actions that you're doing with your mind, body and speech, but also you're maintaining a mood. Both are bhakti, if they are done for Krishna or Guru, with a favorable attitude. When they are done for Krishna or Guru, then both are bhakti. And when we do this again and again, only for the pleasure of Krishna and without being covered by karma jnana, then it becomes pure Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti. Like that. Did it help, Swati Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, do you mean to say that action mind means thinking and remembering, memorizing, that all come in action? Here only this mode, bhava mode means happiness, distress, feelings, whatever we feel.
Yeah, feelings. And also, feelings. Bhava means feelings. The Bhava Rupa means feelings. Yes. Mataji, Achyut Priya Mataji. Swati Mataji answered?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Achyut Priya Mataji.
Mataji, now just wanted to know which is the morning class in which Mataji asked this question.
Well, in India, it is morning. For you, it is evening. Chaitan Charitamrita.
This topic came, is it? I have to listen yet.
Yes,
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you all so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta
Thank you,
Gaura
Mataji.
Bhakta
Very
Vrinda
good.
ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.